last year, I decided to go 60 days without spending any money at all. There was an experience that happened to me and I felt into it, and I felt like, you know, Jen, you need to go 60 days without spending money. So I woke up the next day, told my kids we weren't spending money for 60 days. They weren't very happy about it, but I said, I'm not spending money on even food for 60 days. The only thing I'm gonna spend money on is gas, and I'll pay our house payment. Other than that, I'm canceling every membership, every credit card that we have, because I really feel like we need to do this. I don't know why, but I feel like we need to do it. So after about a week and a half, we started running out of fruit and vegetables, and we had to start getting really creative on what we were gonna eat in our home. And actually, canned tuna fish and corn, mix that up and put it in the microwave is actually pretty good. But it was really fascinating because there were so many times that I would leave a networking event or leave a job and I'd pull into Chick-fil-A or somewhere and think, oh my gosh, I can't pay for this because I'm not spending $1 for 60 days. So every time I was tempted to spend money, I went home and I wrote it on a sticky note, Chick-fil-A $8 or whatever I would have spent, and I started filling up my wall of all the things I would have spent. And then I took the money out of the bank, and of the money that I would have spent, I took that out of the bank and I started hanging that on my other wall, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. And it was super challenging. I didn't realize how emotional it was. There was a time that I needed hydrogen peroxide, and it was $1.50, and I couldn't go get it, and I was super frustrated. But I knew that I committed to myself that I would do it, and I'm kind of stubborn. And when I commit to do something, I just want to prove to myself I can stick to it. It was hard, and there was we had a family, we had a friend that passed away in that time, and all I wanted to do is go to a Mexican restaurant and eat Mexican food, and I just couldn't. And I had to work through emotions a completely different way. I had to figure out how to do things that didn't cost money. And my kids had to figure it out as well. And I didn't see that side effect coming, but they got to go mow lawns, they got to wash windows, they got to babysit, they got to do so many different things they wouldn't have, because mom normally would have just given them money. And this whole summer, they couldn't do that. And so they earned their money for everything that summer. They went out of their way figuring it out, and they bought all their school clothes that year. It was super cool to see the side effect of what happened. And by the end of the 60 days, I had saved over $3,600 that was taped to my bedroom wall. And it was really fascinating because every day I woke up and I saw that money, it just reminded me what we're actually capable of. Because so many of us think we need all of these things. Even I do. There's so many things that I want, but we don't need it. And if we really want to shift and make changes, sometimes it takes going through hard things to shift all of that. And it taught me so many lessons, and it taught me that I can do anything. And every one of us, we can do anything we put our mind to if we want it bad enough.